In this week's episode of the Pokebears podcast.
And that's what he says. He doesn't say they would pick on me. He didn't say, like, they would tease me, they would bully me. He said they would beat me. Every day. Nick, why do they ever go off-road?
Do they not remember the 70-plus episodes between gyms?
Pokebears, it's two guys in their 20s. Or something. I don't know. Yes, I do, because I'm one of them. But it's two guys watching Pokemon, the anime, and then talking about it, and then other Pokemon stuff. With Nick and Forrest. Hey, Forrest.
Hey, Nick. I love your air guitar there. It's good for an audio medium.
Yeah, it helps with the guitar sounds, because, like, you can actually, like, place... That was a strum. It shouldn't be a doo-doo-doo. It's more like a...
You have a weird air guitar, Nick.
Yeah, I do. Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pokebears podcast, where we review the Pokemon anime 5 episodes at a time.
How do you know this will be exciting? Maybe this will be, like, really boring. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, you should go in with the expectation. That
Excitement!
This will be exciting, yes,
like
exactly.
That. Okay. Gotcha.
Exactly. Gotta get pumped. Gotta get ready. All right, Nick, are you ready for our first episode of this episode of our podcast?
Yes.
Okay, great. Episode number 139.
Foul weather friends.
Yes.
There's no pun there. It's literally just about foul weather and
foul weather friends. I thought they were going for a pun, but it's literally just friends in bad weather.
Yeah. So it starts out with Ash and friends on their way to Azalea Town.
They're on their way to Azalea Town in all 5 of these episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're actually on their way to anywhere. I think the narrator's just pulling stuff out of his ass because they're just like wandering around. He's like, well, they gotta be headed somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, that is true. You're always headed somewhere, no matter what direction you walk in. And then they find themselves on some route with a bunch of grass Pokemon in it. Like, they see some...
Oh, yeah, that was part of this episode.
Vileplume, some...
They're like, look, it's a Gloom. Look, it's a Vileplume. And I'm like, cool.
You gonna do anything about it?
You gonna do anything about it? Are they gonna do it? Nope, they're drawn into the background, so they're not moving.
Great. Oh, hey, look, a Hoppip running.
Yeah. It was weird seeing a Hoppip stand.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
You always see it, like, in the air. Like,
yeah.
It's always in, like, a mid-air floating thing. So when it runs, it's like a mouse.
Yeah. It is interesting.
It's off-putting.
It was a little bit, actually. We're not used to seeing that. And then the wind... Ash takes out his Pokedex. And Dexter's like, a light breeze will carry the Hoppip away. And then a light breeze comes along and carries it away. And Misty's like, oh no, we can't let the wind blow Hoppip away.
We've got to go catch it.
Gotta go get it.
But you don't.
I mean, it's kind of just what they do. They travel on the breeze.
That's like stopping a cheetah from sprinting.
Yeah, like, oh my god, we can't let it hurt itself. Like, no, it's in the wild. It just
evolved to do that.
Yeah, it does. That's a thing it does, man.
So they're running and chasing it, and then they come across this lady who has like a fish net, and she's like, that's one down and one to go.
She's like, I am in charge of all these here Hoppips. It's my job to do Hoppip blah 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 blah.
I'm a weather.
See, at that point I started zoning out because I'm like, motherfucker, not another one of these goddamn things.
Which you described it as an Orange Islands episode.
It is.
Which, yeah, it is. But
this was actually a little bit more than that, but like it was a little bit better than Orange Island.
Because it had like musical cues and like not boring ass pacing.
There was like
and Brock.
The pacing was okay. It had Brock, and there was, most importantly, a big event that happened that we'll get to that would never have appeared in the Orange Islands.
So it turns out this lady, I think I wrote down Mariah. Mariah's her name.
Mariah.
She's a weather forecast lady, and she determines the weather by observing the behavior of her Hoppip. Hoppips?
I guess they're Hoppips. I like Hoppips.
Hoppips. They bundle together.
They bundle together if there's going to be high wind. But I guess they only really can determine wind weather.
Yeah.
Like, they're not really for temperature gauges, are they?
No.
Oh, and also, when a breeze picks up 2 of the Hoppip, Mariah's like, well, that's
only a level 2 breeze.
That's a level 2 breeze, and I'm like, that's not how wind works.
It would pick up all of them, regardless, unless they're like tethered into a giant mass.
Yeah,
which they weren't.
Yeah, or like if each Hoppip they got like incrementally heavier as they went along. Wind doesn't pick up 2 random things because man, I can't hold it anymore.
I don't have the strength for this third one.
Man, no, that's not how wind works. But this whole episode didn't know how wind works, so whatever. Then we get to meet this old Oddish, and he is from the movie Babe, essentially, because he wants to be a Hoppip. And it was pretty
even
cute.
pink when we see it.
Yeah. Ash and gang at first thought it was another Hoppip, and I was worried about their sanity.
Well, from far away, it could look like a Hoppip, but once you actually notice, oh, that one's really round and it's got different leaves.
Yeah.
That's not a Hoppip.
That's just an Oddish that's a different color.
It's not even a different color. It just has glade dusting on it or something.
Yeah.
So this Oddish really wants to be a Hoppip.
I wish they had
fly like its friends do. It's a wild Oddish.
It is.
Can I point this out? It's a wild Oddish.
Yeah.
It's an Oddish from like the neighboring woods.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make it clear that it's a wild Oddish.
That she never catches.
That she's friends with.
I wish they had played up more the story of the Oddish wanting to be a Hoppip.
Yeah.
Because that was really just like very, very surface level storytelling throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, like, and they address it at the end, but like it's like, okay, great.
But it's like it's in the beginning a little bit, and then it's at the end, and then that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had done a little bit, because that Oddish was pretty cute. That's one thing that this episode had going for it.
And apparently, Oddish can use its leaves as arm.
Yeah, because it's climbing up the side of the fence with like its little feet, and it's using its leaves as arms.
Like it's bending the tips of them, like to grab the fence.
I was like, man, I didn't know that they had control of them, let alone that it could support weight.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Again, pretty adorable.
So then we see Team Rocket, and they were following the standard strategy. Like they were introduced a little bit into the episode, and they're plotting to steal some Hoppip. And Meowth comes up with Amazon's drone delivery service.
They do. He's like, we'll steal all these Hoppips and use them to carry mail to different people, and it'll be adorable, and that'll be how we do our business.
And we'll get money.
And I was like, oh man, that's a good idea.
And Jesse and James were like, hey, we gotta deliver them to the boss, Meowth. And we're bad guys, remember? Not business people. And Meowth's like, can't we just cheat on our taxes or something?
Also, what's going to happen when the breeze dies down and all the Oddish fall 50 feet to their death?
We'll go get them.
Then they come across all the Hoppip and everything. They get blasted away by some means. Probably Pikachu.
No. Chikorita. No.
Something happens.
When does the tornado happen?
Right after that.
Right after that?
Yeah,
okay.
Right after they get knocked away. Oh
yeah, because they get blasted off like
3 times.
3 times.
I'm pretty sure that's a fucking record.
Yeah.
It might not be. There might be another time I'm not thinking of when it was 3 or 4 times.
But it's up there.
It's up there. I've never seen 3. Although one of them was a tornado happens and carries them away, and they get sucked up right into the middle of it and blasted away.
Yeah.
Should have killed them because tornadoes suck the fucking wind out of your lungs. And also debris is a thing that should have just torn them to shreds. But whatever. I understand this is a kid's show.
So Ash and crew blast them off because they're not prepared because for some reason they never are the first time they encounter.
Yeah, they're not.
Ash and crew. Then all the Oddish group. All the Hoppip group their leaves together, which is apparently a sign that a severe wind is coming in. Turns out it's a tornado.
It is. I kind of like the little bit of world building they did with the Hoppips.
Yeah,
that was cute and clever. It really was. Because
the leaves would keep them together. That is smart.
It is smart. So they're like, well, we gotta go inside then if it's a tornado. Too bad I don't have a basement here where...
where I should expect to have one because I'm a fucking weather expert?
Yeah. And, of course, the tornado completely destroys the house that she lives in.
It rips the roof off easily, and then all the Hoppip go flying off.
Everyone is fucking lucky as shit to not have died in this, by the way. This is a fucking tornado. They kill people. They're the strongest winds on Earth.
This is Pokemon. They're magical humans.
Yeah. This is the best explanation.
So Oddish is the only one left, but because Oddish has such a bond with the other Hoppip, it's able to kind of have a Hoppip tracker bullshit.
Yeah.
Save the day kind of thing.
Yeah, and it goes and Deus Ex Machinas all the Hoppip back to
No, and only
safety.
Deus Ex Machinas 2 of the Hoppip. And they do different scenes for each of them, like goddamn Dora the Explorer.
I know. I was like, oh my god, if the rest of this episode is this, I'm going to slit my wrists.
And so Ash is like trying to like rescue them each time, but Brock's like, no, I got this. Mariah, look, I'm rescuing your Hoppip. Make love to me.
And Mariah's like, oh, he's a person that exists.
Oh, cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then she forgets him after that completely because, Brock should be a lesson to little boys everywhere. Don't just act like that, because girls don't respond to it.
Nah. So, Team Rocket got their balloon back match. By the way, they've been blasted out by the
Where
tornado
the
at
fuck
this
did
point.
the balloon come from, by the way?
So, earlier, the tornado, picked up Jesse, James, and Meowth. And they're like, oh man, if only we had our balloon. But turned out, the balloon was, on its way, was in the way of the tornado. So, the tornado picked up the balloon. Jesse and James and Meowth were able to hop onto it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Sound like bullshit, whatever. And by some fucking stretch of miracle, the four or five of the remaining Hoppip.
Four of the Hoppip landed in the balloon.
Right
with
in
them.
the balloon.
And then we saw the fifth one get captured.
Yeah, that's right. And then Staryu was the one that blasted a hole, and then they had to go get him.
So they go meet up with Ash and crew to say, haha, we got your Hoppip. I don't know. Oh, we want the other two Hoppip. That's why. They'll give them to us. And Missy's like, fuck you, Staryu. Use your magical flying abilities to tackle a hole in the balloon.
Staryu, it's time for you to do something, goddammit.
Staryu, you exist.
Pretty much.
So the balloon drifts a little bit and plummets. Ash and crew go there and say, hey, give us back those Hoppip. And then Oddish is like, no, Ash, I got this. I'm going to do what every other fucking grass Pokemon does in the anime by using Sleep Powder on the Arbok, Stun Spore on the Weezing, or vice versa. I don't care. I'm a grass Pokemon.
It was Victory Bell for what it's worth. And then fucking Solar Beam.
Why is everyone impressed with Solar Beam when every grass Pokemon of the day knows it?
Yeah, every single one. They all have Solar Beam. Ah, well, blast off Team Rocket, and then the end of the episode is Mariah being like, see, Oddish, you can be an Oddish. You don't need to be a Hoppip.
You got powerful kicks because of all your flying practice and stuff. Plus, you got Stun Spore and Sleep Powder and Solar Beam. That makes you really unique. And then there's, the Hoppips are all using Sleep Powder and Stun Spore on each other for shits and giggles. And then...
Then it just kind of stops.
Then it's the end of the episode.
Did you like this episode, Nick?
No.
I didn't either.
I gave it one Voltorb.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Really?
I give 1.5 to episodes that at least make me do a chuckle. Or oh, that was really cool. This episode had none of that. It was all just boring. Hoppip catching, Team Rocket being the obstacle bullshit. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not exploded, but
it's very fucking lowest common denominator storytelling.
Lowest common denominator, exactly. Also, it's one of those. She's fucking hugging the shit out of this Oddish, Mariah. No Pokeball. No Pokeballs thrown. At all.
Damn.
Are you not allowed to have one?
Nah, man, it's not an Oddish. She can't,
are these Hoppips hers? Officially? Because she has 7 of them.
Type thing, I guess. I don't know.
But again, we never see them in Pokeballs either. Or else, I don't know, she would have put them in goddamn Pokeballs during a fucking tornado. You don't need them out when the wind is happening.
Ah, man. I gave this one 2 because, I wasn't mad watching this episode. None of this episode made me mad, but, it was just so underwhelming. It was better than, for me, it was better than the Lettybot episode. And I gave that one, 1.5 for similar reasons.
Yeah, I gave that one. You know what? I'm retconning my Ladybug episode to a 1. No, wait, 1.5. 1.5 is Ladybug still, because...
That one had the interesting Team Rocket animation.
It had a Team Rocket animation, and the Zubat Eastern Supersonic I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's
that. You know what? That is a good point.
Yeah.
But this one, I guess for me, this one, the Hoppip, world building was more. It had more going on for it. For me personally, it was more interesting. That's kind of all it was for me. Was mildly interesting. I don't blame you for a 1 Voltorb at all. Because this episode just... I'm not going to want to watch it again. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to want to watch it again. We've already seen this episode 8 times, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Episode number 140, The Superhero Secret.
Forrest, you gotta say it like a superhero. The Superhero Secret.
That doesn't sound like...
The Superhero Secret!
You sounded like a porn star.
Episode number 140, The Superhero Secret!
There we go, that was good.
Okay, so this episode has Team Rocket, right off the bat.
A minute in,
yeah,
they're in a hole.
Ash and Quil are in a hole.
And this is a pretty morbid plan for Team Rocket. They're gonna put them in a hole, and then they're gonna, put water on them via high-pressure fire hose, old-timey contraption thing. So they'll either drown or be forced to give up their Pokemon when they reach the top.
Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up plan.
And Togepi gets dropped in the chaos, so Togepi's drowning.
God, I forgot Togepi was a thing that existed. But
this was the most Togepi ever did, in the last 10 episodes.
Even more than that, I think.
15.
Yeah, I think they did a metronome in one episode that we probably even forgot to mention.
Oh, yeah!
I think we forgot to mention it.
Because that metronome meant nothing.
Yeah, because it didn't do anything.
We
did nothing.
I thought the metronome did dig at first in Tanks a Lot, by the way.
That was it, yeah, Tanks a Lot. But no, it was the tank itself that used dig.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, Togepi's this episode, Togepi's drowning. And things look pretty bad, but all of a sudden a Gligar comes in, swoops Togepi out of the water, and back out of the hole.
It was fast as shit, that Gligar.
Yeah, Gligar's a speedy Pokemon, if I remember, right?
I thought it gets a big boost of speed. Normally, you know what? I want to know this, so I'm just going to look it up now. Gligar has a base speed of 85.
Oh, that's pretty fast.
So yeah, that's pretty fast, especially for what is now a Little Cup Pokemon.
Yeah.
At the time, it was a fully evolved Pokemon.
A fully evolved single-stage Pokemon.
Single-stage Pokemon. Wow, that's pretty good stats. I can't wait for us to talk about Gligar. So yeah, Gligar is fast as shit. And then it turns out that the Gligar belongs to...
Gligar-Man! Who's basically this Batman-looking motherfucker, but
yeah,
instead of a bat motif, it's a Gligar motif.
It is. And wait, does that mean he's afraid of Gligar? Probably didn't have that much thought put into it.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I think it was more I like Gligar. I'll be a Gligar-Man.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it was.
Okay. Gligar-Man destroys Team Rocket,
yeah,
murders them, stabs them in the face.
He has this Gligar face hug, Jesse.
That's right.
And Jesse's hair takes out Meowth and James.
I didn't know her hair was a solid physical object. I thought it was
when you put that much gel in it, it is.
Fair enough, okay.
And then, Meowth is about to use Fury Swipes to get the Gligar off, but then Gligar hops off, cuts Jesse's face, and so Jesse gets all pissed off at Meowth, so they kind of run away and defeat. The Ash and crew somehow get themselves out of the hole, and are like, thanks, Gligar.
Oh, yeah, they're just out of the hole now.
Yeah, we see Brock climb out of the hole, but, how did they do that?
How did they do that? They don't have any flying... Wait, they have fucking Onyx. Why didn't they just...
They would have killed themselves if they sent out Onyx. Onyx is wider than the hole was.
Oh, wait, they have 2 Pokemon that have Vine Whips now that can easily...
They also have a Heracross that can just throw them out.
You know what? Maybe being a hole really isn't that big of a deal anymore. Maybe Team Rocket really needs to stop fucking digging goddamn holes.
And make giant robots instead.
Yes! Like they do later in this episode. And
then the next episode... This is when Team Rocket starts their giant robot.
Wow, yeah, they do a lot of giant robots. The Gligar-Man gives them a whistle, and he's like, if ever you need me, just blow my whistle. They never do in this episode.
By the way, Gligar-Man, jumps off of the tree and then like struggles to be like, oh no, ah, and then he falls flat on his face. Like, what was he expecting?
I don't know.
Was he thinking, oh, this time I'm gonna fly?
I found him mildly amusing.
Yeah, no, I love Gligar-Man.
I found him mildly amusing.
Oh.
I didn't love him. He wasn't fucking Captain Underpants.
No. Well, I mean, Captain Underpants is an entirely different thing.
I know, but I'm just saying. So he speeds off on his motorcycle, which he has a motorcycle.
It looks more like a Sableye cycle than a
Sableye
Gligar.
cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look anything
The
like
Sable
Gligar.
cycle. The Sable
Sable cycle?
Sable cycle.
Sable cycle. Right on.
Then a Gligar one. Maybe a Gliscor, but that didn't exist yet.
Man, I did not have many notes on this episode at all.
I had a couple. I think that I actually had my most notes on it.
I had my least and or tied with my least with like all of these episodes that we did.
So
they get to the town and they have like a Gligar-Man store that
they
set
have a
up,
store, like there's decorations everywhere. Like this town fucking loves Gligar-Man.
which is weird that no one else has ever heard of Gligar-Man.
We've never had. There's no previous mention at all of Gligar-Man. Like
no.
Oak could have said, "Oh, you're going to Johto." I love Gligar-Man. Like he could have said that, and that would have been like perfect.
Yeah, and then Ash would have been like, "Wait, who's Gligar-Man?" He's like, "Oh no, you'll find out. You'll find out. He's big. He's big over there. They love Gligar-Man.
They love him.
They love him, man. He's pretty great. You'll love him. You'll love him too."
So yeah, they go to a store. By the way, they met a lady who was like, "Oh, did you see Gligar-Man?" And they're like, "Yeah." And do you know anything about him? And she's like, "Yeah, shut up." And then follow me to town.
Yep. And inside the store, they come across this fucking cowboy. I think he was actually supposed to be like the like Texan millionaire design because he had like the bolo tie and the cowboy hat when he's obviously
a
not
businessman.
cowboy.
He's Clay before Clay.
Exactly. And he's like, "Hello, guys," and he has that very distinctive voice
And the same nose and the same like
nose
body
and
type.
body type, and they're all like, "Hi, Gligar-Man," and he's like, "What? How did you figure out my secret?"
Well, because you have the same voice and body type. Well, Misty, you should shut up. Also, you just called me Misty. No one else knows my name. That's a lie. Every guy who's the character of the day knows your name somehow, Misty. And she says, "That's true, but we're going to ignore that fact and use it to pin you as Gligar-Man."
It'd be hilarious if it turns out she's wearing like a little name tag like right here that says Misty. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Like, camera just never pans over there for some reason.
It's almost just underneath my suspender.
Yeah, exactly.
So, by the way, they were having this conversation like within earshot of
everyone
like,
in
the store.
Yeah, all 8 people who were in the store. More like 4, I think, but whatever. Who's counting? So Gligar-Man's like, "Well, why don't you guys come with me to my secret lab?" And they're like, okay. So they do, and he
has like a whole computer.
Yeah,
shit.
he has a Gligar-Man like laboratory, and it's very intricate. And he's like, "Ash, you seem smart and you like Pokemon. You want to be my sidekick?"
And it's just like, no.
And I'm like, his qualifications are smart and like Pokemon. How does he already not have a sidekick?
Because no one's been smart enough, apparently, to...
This town must be full of fucking dumbasses.
Well, the store people later reveal that they do know who he is.
That is true.
For all we know, that could have just been because they heard the conversation.
Yeah, that is true, too. So Team Rocket come back into this episode, and they have... they decide they're going to be supervillains? Like, Jesse is wearing like a
Jesse's wearing like this whole
outfit?
demon general outfit, and Meowth and James are in Metapod outfits.
I don't know. Is that a reference for something? I want that to be a reference for something.
Maybe it's like a cocoon grunt man. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Forced
see.
fun fact.
Yeah, I want to see if I can find some research about this and put that into this. I want that to be a thing, like a reference to something. But anyway,
Brock volunteers to be the new sidekick, but they're like, "Oh, Brock, you're so silly," and Brock's like, "Oh, okay." And gets all sad.
Well, in fairness to them, he only wanted to be a sidekick so that he could get closer to Mariah and potentially get laid.
Her name's not Mariah. That's the last lady.
Sorry, what was her name?
I don't know. Something. She was like basically an anime protagonist, but as a lady.
Fuck, I don't know what her name was. It's just called Gligar Girl because that's what she becomes.
Gligar.
Gligar, thank you.
The Gligar is shy for people. He's good at battling, but like he doesn't like other people. And then they get a notification that Team Rocket's attacking people in the store.
Via the Gligar whistles.
Yeah.
Gligar-Man whistles.
By the way, Team Rocket found out that he was Gligar-Man because they were spying on them via binoculars.
Now we have the great big battle between Gligar-Man and Team Rocket and the Mecha Spinnerack.
Which was, oh my god, that was animated so fucking well.
That was, weirdly, so well. And it, like, traps Gligar-Man and Ash and Gligar, I think, too.
No, not Gligar.
Not Gligar.
Just Ash and Gligar-Man.
Yes.
Because then while they're up and suspended in the air, no one knows who can save the day. Oh, wait a minute. Who's that up there?
It's Glygirl.
It's Glygirl. But who is Glygirl, though? I don't know. Except we do, because we just
They figured it out
it.
immediately.
Brock doesn't, which is weird.
It's kind of funny.
It is.
But he's able to distinguish, like, the tiny variations between Nurse Joy's and Officer Jenny's.
But he can't tell the difference.
Between the girl inside of Gligar girl outfit and outside of Gligar outfit.
Or he can't see the similarities between, yeah.
Yeah, I just... Okay.
He even compares her to the lady, and he's still surprised.
Yes. So she saves the day by freeing Gligar-Man and...
By using Gligar.
By using Gligar. And then...
Pikachu battles the Spinnerack.
Yeah.
They get electrocuted. And then they get blasted off.
And then then the girl's like, well, I guess I'm okay with being Glygirl now, even though I wasn't before. And Dad, you're pretty cool, so we'll be a team together and stuff, and it'll be awesome.
No, she wanted him to retire. He didn't want to retire.
Yeah.
So then Ash was like, well, you can be a team. And then they're like, oh, father-daughter team. That's cool.
And Brock's like, what? You were a Glygirl? And they're like, okay, Brock, you need to go lie down for a little while. Take a cold shower or something. You're a little backed up. I get it. And that's the end of that episode.
And that's the end of that episode.
What'd you think, Nick?
I gave that 3.
I did too. I gave it 3. And it's a soft 3 because it's really dumb.
It's a soft 3, but like some of the stuff that like was in this episode like really brought it up. Like there was a whole fucking like actual anime like Gligar-Man scene from a movie.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I would recommend people go watch it, especially this episode compared to like so many other episodes in this season and the last season where they're all the same fucking thing.
This one is not.
This one at least tries something very different and interesting.
Like it has like a superhero character of the day. That has never happened.
Not even close. So
the superhero doesn't really do anything other than control a Gligar, but yeah.
Even this episode could have been even way worse than it was, and I think I still would have given it 3 just for trying something so new.
But it pulled it off, I think.
I was a little on the fence for a little while about it because not every joke landed, and it didn't always have the most energy out of every episode we've seen. But it was still fun. Like it's pretty fun.
I was a fan. And then they were on the way to Azalea Town still. Fuck.
Episode number 141, Nick.
Mild and woolly.
Mild and woolly.
Mild and woolly.
Not mild and woolly, it's mild and woolly.
Well, mild and woolly.
Mild and woolly.
The apostrophe N is an abbreviation for and, so it's mild and woolly.
Yeah, but it's mild and woolly.
But there's a space between the apostrophe and the mild.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I made a note of this or else I would have completely forgot. The opening 2 minutes of this episode is Ash almost choking to death on food.
For no reason.
For no reason! It's never brought up. It has no point into the story at all.
Like, the biggest thing to come out of that was Ash saying, I guess I got a little choked up, and Misty said funny.
That was it. That was the whole...
That was it.
I was like, why was that there?
And then a Marip shows up.
I was wondering if maybe that would be referenced again later. Would they talk about it? Would that lead to the Marip? No, it's just... Ash almost dies.
Well,
moving on.
You know what happens? It's because they're nowhere near water, and they were able to have Ash drown almost every other episode. Now that they're not near water, they got to give Ash some other dangerous circumstance.
God damn, I guess. So there's Marip.
A Marip with a pink bow shows up, and it's all like, yo, what's up? And Dexter explains, oh, these Marip are mild and don't like to fight. And then this Marip comes up and tackles Pikachu and starts humping it. and then gets joy when it gets shocked by the Pikachu.
And then all the Mareep come up and continue the Pikachu
The
shock
Pikachu
orgy.
Bukake.
So it turns out these Mareep belong to a girl named Mary, because fucking duh, and her mom. And they like being electrocuted because they're electric sheep.
So Mary's like, no, stop, Mareep, come on, you're supposed to not be shitty. And then her mom comes in and is like, Mary! And then, like, her Raichu, like, summons all the Mareep, and she's like, her moms are badass.
Yeah.
Like, she just has her arms crossed, and she's like, yeah, this is some bullshit right here.
Her mom was definitely a mom.
More of a mom than Delilah.
Well,
Delilah is, like, the caretaker mom. This lady's, like, the, I don't pull no punches mom.
I love how even after we've clarified that her name is pronounced Delia, you still refuse to call her
It's a stupid name. It's Delia. Delilah. Delia's... Introduce me to one Delia, and I'll start calling her that.
At one point... God, I am having so much trouble recalling, like, plot details of this fucking episode.
All I know is that Mary's weird looking.
Mary's weird looking. She is. She's got a very odd design.
Like, she's obviously a child, but she's still, like, the same height as Ash.
Well, no, she was a little bit shorter, but
I assumed that because she was a girl, like...
Yeah, like, she was ambiguously aged.
I'm guessing 9.
And her mom's, like...
10.
She, I guess, wants to be a Pokemon trainer. Like, that's her big dream. She wants to be a Pokemon trainer. Her mom's like,
If you can't do field work, you can't be a Pokemon trainer.
Fair enough, I guess. Like, she was not looking after all the Mary. She was just thinking about Pokemon battles.
She was daydreaming.
Yoda would be so mad. Never your mind on where you are. What you are doing. So we cut to, I don't know what the transition is, but we cut to Team Rocket at some point.
And they're spying on the Mareep.
And they're spying on the Mareep, and James is like, I used to wear
Mareep
all my clothes, including my unmentionables, were made out of Mareep wool, and the other kids in my class were so jealous they would beat me.
Every day.
Every day. And that's what he says. He doesn't say they would pick on me. He didn't say, like, they would tease me, they would bully me. He said they would beat me. Every day.
But, like, he takes that as, like, a point of, like, pride and happiness.
I know.
Because, like, they were beating him up because they were jealous, not beating him up because he was James and he was just a childhood victim of severe bullying.
I don't have a whole lot of notes on this one either, man. I got nothing in between the Team Rocket talking about the Mareep and Ash training Mary's Mareep, whose name you didn't like.
It's Fluffy.
Fluffy.
She named her goddamn
Fluffy Pokemon Fluffy.
Fluffy Pokemon Fluffy.
I named mine Colonel Cotton.
I named mine Deckard.
Which is just objectively a good name.
Yeah.
Even without the Blade Runner Electric Sheep reference.
Yeah. See, it'd be fun if she had an Ampharos or a Fluffy and she named it Fluffy. That'd be like, okay, that's fair.
I named my Scolipede Fluffy.
That's funny.
Thank you.
So, Ash and them are staying to help with the festival and the thing, which Dialga is starting to not be on their side. Like, they used to, like, back in Season 1 and Season 2, they would come in day of the festival. They could register, it'd be great. They join in, like, everything happens. Lately, like, it's been the day before.
And now it's like 10
and now it's
days
it's like a week before.
Yeah.
So Palkia is cursing them so much that Dialga's like, okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I don't want to start a civil war.
Yeah, I can't start a war. I can only do so much. So now you're just a week early. You're still gonna be early. You'll never be late. But
you got it.
You got it.
You got it. I believe in you, but I can't. I'm sorry.
I can't. Like, Palkia's gonna have my ass beat, man. Like, I can't.
Arceus, my father, no, he won't have it.
So there's this weird music cue that's happening. I feel like this was happening in, like, a bunch of these episodes where it'd be like a really mundane scene and the music would be like...
What scene are you talking about specifically?
When Ash is telling Mary about how to, like, properly Pokemon battle and you can't wear out your Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah.
So they battle. It's arguably pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a sparring match. I didn't count it
a sparring
as
match.
a battle record, but
And Pikachu's using Thundershock, but then Ash tells him to stop.
Yeah.
So then she's like, not Fluffy. Use your Thundershock, but put it at full power. And then not Fluffy passes out from exhaustion. And it's because it ran out of power points. So then, yeah, Ash is like, you gotta, like, watch your Pokemon. Make sure they're nice and healthy and other bullshit. And she's like, Ash, you know so much. And he's like, no, I don't. It's just because I've made a lot of mistakes.
And then, I don't know why her mom shows up. I guess it was like, it's the end of the day, so they're meeting up at the end of the day to get the Mareep corralled back to home base. I don't know. But Team Rocket shows up and steals all the Mareep in one giant...
Oh! Wait, no, okay, I know what happens. So then they go to bed. And then Mary's mom wakes them all up and says, hey, there's a thunderstorm coming. You want to help me with something? So then they all go to, like, the edge of a cliff. And all the Mareep, like, get thunderbolted, which expands their fur really well. And by the way, they're preparing for, like, a Mareep contest thing, too. As well as a battling festival.
Because of course they are. My God, that trope has been used a lot lately.
Yeah, at least this one's like, well, no, because I don't know. Yeah, it has been. Jesus.
It's like every single individual Pokemon, not even species or family, Pokemon has its own fucking I want to see the fucking Weedle contest. Like, that's the contest I want to goddamn see. What Weedle has the pointiest stinger?
That all by itself?
That's the only thing. That's all it is. And it's just a guy who has to go up and, fuck, man. Yeah, that one really hurt. That's a pointy-ass stinger.
The winner of that the old-time champion of that Weedle contest was a guy who, like, he just touched his finger to a horn and it blew off his finger. Like, it was that sharp.
It's just so fucking sharp. He's, fuck.
Like, that Weedle had an attack of 999.
It's like, dude, that's the best Weedle. Yep, that's him. Team Rocket steals the Mareep. And I said that Mary and her mom were kind of blasé about having their livelihood stolen out from underneath them, literally.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
like, oh no.
Oh, someone should do something, I guess. Or, whatever.
Ash is about to use Thunderbolts, but then they catch Pikachu right at the very last second.
In a cage, a metal cage with, like, bars.
And Pikachu somehow can't do Thunderbolt from that.
Thunderbolt from that?
They're not, like...
It's not
Pikachu,
like...
Ash told you to do something. Why don't you do it?
Why don't you do it?
So then it's up to the Raichu that Mary's mom has in order to help defeat Team Rocket instead of, I don't know, Misty just using Staryu again.
Or Brock just using fucking Onyx again.
So the Raichu is thunderbolting them, but they have like a panel that they're just absorbing the electricity for. So Raichu has to put in like
He really thunderbolts them.
Like the 10 million voltage kind of thunderbolt.
Cause man, that's that thing's weakness. It can survive a thunderbolt, but not a really good thunderbolt. Okay.
So then the balloon gets crashing down.
And then Meowth has another little panel, and he's like, well, this worked before for like a second, so I guess I'll just use this to block all the Mareep's thunderbolts.
So then Not Fluffy comes up with the idea, and Mary translates that to her mom.
I wish its name had just been Not Fluffy.
I wish that too.
Hello, Not Fluffy.
To have like all the Mareep thunderbolts or Thundershock not Fluffy,
who then will transfer that energy into a big thunderbolt to blast off Team Rocket.
So Not Fluffy is basically Pikachu from episode 2.
Yeah, kinda.
But you know what? It didn't even blast off Team Rocket. Like it shocked them, yes. But then Ash was like, "Ha ha! Pikachu used Thunderbolt!" And then
he Goku'd it.
He Goku'd it.
He Goku'd the shit out of that. And then they go to the... Oh, fuck. Brock had a really terrible joke. Maybe we should call Team Rocket Team Shocket. And then, like... Misty punches him in the face.
And then you see, like, Mary's mom, like, from up above, and then she just has, like, a blank face. And what I said was, my daughter just heard the worst joke she'll ever hear in her life.
So they go to the
festival,
Mareep festival, and she's battling with Mareep now or something, and I bet she wins the end.
You know what, they pan out, so I bet she loses horribly.
Just like a terrible, like humiliating defeat.
Like she was too young to battle. Like
yeah,
she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Like someone sent out a Rhydon, And she's like, why won't my Thundershocks work? No!
And Ash is like, aim for the horde!
But she can't hear that because they're like way the fuck up there.
I don't understand why it's not working! Aim for the horde! I really wish it would just work! Fuck you! I didn't like this episode, Nick.
Yeah, I gave this one 1.5.
I gave it, once again, I gave it 2.
No.
Again, I wasn't in pain, but there's just no
This one was only a modicum better than the other one.
Yeah, I would classify them as like the same. Actually, if anything, I like this one a little bit worse than the Hoppip one. Because again, it's just the same fucking shit that we've seen 1,000 times, except there wasn't a tornado in this one.
See, I'd say this one's different. One, because it's like about a mother-daughter thing, and you don't see like family relationships a lot.
They're about 1 for every 5.
And I liked the realism of them coming into town the week before. I actually gave that 1 points because they weren't there the day before. If they were in there the day before or the day of, I'd be like, exploded Voltorb.
No, it's just we've seen this shit so many times before. Next episode.
Also, Marip is arguably a very cute Pokemon.
It is, but this has anything to do with this episode.
Yeah, okay. Next episode. Episode 142.
Wired for battle. This
So,
is the episode when Ash starts doing heroin right before each battle because he thinks it's going to give him, like, superpowers.
also, this took place before the Marip episode then?
Yeah. No. This episode was early 2000s computer logic.
Yep. Like,
The episode.
Team Rocket's, like, whole cyber hacker outfit
Yeah.
thing was hilariously dated.
Yeah, it's like, oh, someone just saw The Matrix.
So this episode starts off with Ash and crew walking through the woods.
Towards Azalea Town. They're on their way to Azalea Town. Still. I think we're being trolled here.
They're straight up lost because, like, Brock is having trouble with the map. And Ash says, we don't need no map. We can just go forward somewhere until we hit the road.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
necessarily.
And why were they off the road in the first place?
Why do they ever go off-road? Nick, why do they ever go off-road? Why? They know their track record, right? Like, they know.
There was like do they not remember the 70 plus episodes between gyms?
They know that they go off-road. So why would it be like they're on the road and they're like, haha, we're on the road. And then they're just like, you know what? Let's go fucking that way.
Wait, I have to use the bathroom. Wait, okay, we better go with you. But we should go like really far into the woods so that way people don't pass us, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh shit,
really
which way's the road? God damn it, no! I have no sense of direction.
So Ash hears something in the distance. It's Team Rocket being attacked by a Caesar that kicked their goddamn ass.
Owned by a James clone.
Owned by a James clone.
He really is.
Like Uncle James.
He did. He looked like Uncle James.
His name was Muramasa?
It was a straight up Japanese
Yeah,
name.
Muramasa.
Muramasa?
I believe, yes.
That's
Masamune
so awesome.
is the name of the Caesar.
Yes.
Which is a famous Japanese blade.
That is such an awesome name. That is so great. That is so great.
But Team Rocket has like no chance against the Caesar.
No.
It resists all of their Pokemon.
Or is immune.
It negates them.
The best that could go up against that Caesar is probably Weezing.
How?
Well, in modern, I guess. In modern battle.
See, I'm
mechanics.
saying Lickitung and it just uses Wrap and then hopes it...
Well, in modern mechanics, it would be Weezing because Will-O-Wisp.
Will-O-Wisp. James wouldn't teach it Will-O-Wisp, though.
No, it probably still has Smog and...
Smog and Sludge.
Smokescreen. Those are the only 3 moves I've ever seen.
Does it use Tackle at all?
It did. He did make it use Tackle in one of these episodes. It and Victory Bell.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a really bad moveset.
It has a terrible moveset. So this guy...
Muramasa
is, like, freaking awesome. He's just, like, a straight-up, like, Japanese warrior.
Like a dojo master.
And he's like, hey, guys, you should come to my place.
Before he gets there, though, it meets up with Ash and crew. Caesar gets there. Masamune gets there first. and it's like about to challenge Pikachu,
Mm-hmm.
and Pikachu's like about to use Thunderbolt, but Brock's like, wait, no! If you use Thunderbolt, that Caesar is primed to counterattack. It could be its last move. And then Misty's like, oh no, it could be its first move could be its last. And then Muramasa shows up, and then Masamune is like, oh, let me retreat back to my trainer. And then he's like, oh, hey, you guys look like you're capable Pokemon trainers. Want to go back to my dojo and fuck? And then...
Why do you say things like that?
I don't know.
You just make an editor me later and be like, fucking Christ, god damn it. Alright, where does this fucking thread start? I gotta find the beginning of this phrase so when I edit it out it doesn't sound like fucking gibberish.
So
there was one time when you said something like, and I had to cut you off, but I couldn't cut you off. I had to cut you like mid-sentence. So there's one edit in one of these episodes where you're just talking and all of a sudden you stop and I just keep going. It's just very awkward. So thanks for that.
So Muramasa says, hey, you guys look like you're strong and capable Pokemon trainers. Want to go back to my dojo and see what that's all about? And Ashton and crew are like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun and not at all dangerous.
So they get to the dojo and they come across all of his like students and they're like, yeah, man, this guy's really cool. And they're doing like the Japanese like
They bow down to for respect
for master. And like everyone here, as far as I know, has like very Japanesey names. I'm assuming. I'm not.
I think the only other guy we meet is named Shindo, which
I'm assuming that's a Japanese
if I've
name.
ever heard one.
Yeah, like if that's not Japanese, I don't know what the fuck is. I was like giving props to this episode for like keeping like the Japanese culture shit when most of the time it's just completely ignored or cut out or pretend it's not what it is.
Or we're badly Photoshop over it.
Yes.
Why was that one guy dressed so horribly?
Shinjo?
Not
oh,
Shinjo.
No, the guy
who's like friendly to them,
just like wearing a t-shirt.
Like he's wearing like some weird short overalls thing, but it only goes up to his waist, and then he just has a single sling over his shoulder. He's dressed like a homeless person, like a clean homeless person who like had to scrap by with his clothes.
Like one of those homeless people who just had someone be very nice and help him do laundry, but like he doesn't actually have a wardrobe, so he's just clean but wearing shitty shit.
Yeah, no, Shindo and like maybe the better you are in this dojo, the better clothes you get. And that guy's like the worst Pokemon trainer.
Very probably.
Because Shindo's the top student, and he has like the best outfit.
He has his socks are baggy as fuck, but
that's why he's a student and not the master.
That's true. Okay. Shindo's whole thing is I'm gonna use my computer to figure out everyone's strategy all the time, and I'm gonna know everything, so I'm not gonna know the outcome of every battle. So
and I don't need to battle, which is bullshit.
Kind of a Schrodinger's cat battling style, isn't it?
It's a Schrodinger's cat, but you're lying that you know the results.
Yeah, exactly.
For all we know, he could be like just editing it and then says, "Oh yeah, no, this Caesar is it's gonna win."
He sounds an awful lot like that one kid you know who's like, no, I can't lose because my Dragonite knows Hyper Beam. I have like the best Dragonite, it knows Hyper Beam, so I can't lose. And you're like, well, just battle me. It's like, no, I don't need to. I know I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
Like when you play pretend Pokemon and like the kid like. All of the Pokemon's when it was hit and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this means nothing. You need actual hard facts in order to have data.
It's like, no, let's actually battle. No. Put your money where your mouth is, motherfucker. And I was so hoping they would actually battle. Because if they didn't, I expected them to not battle. And I was expected to be pissed about that.
But they battle.
They do battle.
But let's talk about this fucking database this Shindo fuck uses.
He was kind of he was mildly obnoxious for most of this episode.
He was kind of a dick.
He was a dick. I will say
he was a straight up
dick.
asshole.
Yes,
dick.
He was. I think that was his point. I think the creators of this episode were like, you know what? Computers fucking suck, and I hate all those little kids who get on their computers all day. Fuck you.
Here's what we think of you. You're an obnoxious asshole.
If this episode took place today, he would be on his phone doing it, and he'd be like,
yeah, according to Pokemon Showdown, your Pokemon is shit.
Like, do you even like use Smogon or what are you even?
Do you even EV train?
Yeah, like, Do you even bother with IVs or like what's going on there? Like, I don't see. Do you even use?
Let me guess. That's the Pikachu the goddamn professor gave you, isn't it? Oh man, you're using your in-game team, amateur. But let's talk about this database.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this fucking database. We theorize it's a win-loss ratio that
the
one pie chart is.
The pie chart, yeah. It's hard to tell what it is because it's not labeled with anything.
But based on like Ash's, which is like about a fifth or a third.
His pie chart is closer to a third. Which is bullshit
ratio.
Because I've been keeping track of his battle record for 140 episodes, motherfucker. He, at the time that this episode was taking place, was at 38 wins and 12 losses. So that's only about a fourth.
Well, Ash does battle off screen. We know this.
Yeah, but does he lose them all? Why haven't we been told?
Because, I don't know, we don't want to, as children, we don't want to see our main protagonist lose all the time. He has like 5 unevolved Pokemon. Yeah, he's gonna lose.
And he just keeps losing his best ones.
Yeah, exactly. So he's not gonna win them all.
He has to start from scratch every time he goes to a new league.
But like the other Pokemon trainers in that database all have like one really powerful Pokemon, and then like
3 shitty ones.
There's a lady with a Gengar, and then a Voltorb, a Cubone, and a Seal. Like, or no, a Psyduck. Excuse me.
Psyduck.
Like even weirder. Like that doesn't make sense. There's one guy who has a Hitmonchan, Heracross,
a
Geodude, and then a Golduck. And that one's okay.
One girl had like an insanely good, I'm assuming, battle record, like win-loss ratio, but her team was really bizarre. It was
Clefairy,
Jigglypuff, Vileplume,
and Zubat. It's because 3 of them probably know insta-kill moves in the show.
Sing and Sleep Powder. And then Zubat is just a fucking asshole using Supersonic all the time.
Yeah, so she just uses the in-anime mechanics, which is bullshit. Yet somehow Brock isn't in this database when he's a fucking gym leader.
Yeah, that's so weird. Maybe it's just been so long since he's been an
official battle person.
Yeah, and he hasn't been in an official battle. God, has he been in an official battle since his gym episode?
No.
Oh.
Damn, Brock. Unless you count the one against Meowth.
I do, which he lost.
So...
That's
damn, Brock.
Sad.
Okay, now I know why Brock's not on the database. His thing got outdated.
Shindo just felt super bad. He was like, Brock, ooh. You're not here, dude. You're just not on it. No. Don't look around my hand. No. I'm just not there.
His pie chart's like all red.
He's got like one little win from Ash. First time.
The one win.
So Team Rocket try to steal. I don't know what exactly their plan is.
They're trying to steal his computer.
The database. No, they're just trying to steal the database because Meowth was like, "Oh no, the laptop is getting taken too." So I think they're just trying to download his files. I think that was their thing.
And Jesse doesn't know anything about the internet, so it's up to James and Meowth for
some
reason. They got caught by
everyone.
Masamune cuts the cord.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop it.
Shindo's like, you guys aren't in this here battle. You don't have a battle record at all. And then they're like, well, we're still going to whoop your ass. And he's like, well, I got a Caesar, man. Because he also has a Caesar named Blade.
He's also really fucking rude about it. Because he's like,
He's
Caesar, Blade has higher attack, defense, agility, and it's just fucking better than Masamune. Who gives a fuck about that old ass Caesar? Fuck you! He turns around and flicks it off. And so Blade uses quick. By the way, yeah, Blade is a stupid ass name compared to Masamune.
Like. Yeah, Masamune is such a good. Blade is what a 10-year-old names his Pokemon.
That's like naming a Mareep Fluffy. That's the equivalent of that.
Hey, at least they're doing nicknames now. They used to not.
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta give them a little bit of time before they get to Brute Root and Shell Shocker.
They also give them names when there's multiple of the one Pokemon. So Fluffy was named Fluffy, or not Fluffy, because there was a whole other herd of Mareep, and then there's 2 Caesars that you have to differentiate between. And this one.
That's a good point. Blade destroys Team Rocket, because,
Yeah.
Caesar, like, what are they gonna do?
Nothing.
Then Ash is like, you know what? It's time, motherfucker.
Battle me again, seriously.
Battle me, motherfucker.
And because he battled Team Rocket, he's like, yeah, okay, I'm a little bit on this high now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. says here that I'm gonna win. You know, I'm looking at the battle prediction sheet right here, and it says, "Yeah, I win."
If
but
you had your
know
Charizard
what?
still, you probably would have, but you got nothing.
Got rid of that fucking thing. So it's time, motherfucker. It's time for you to feel my blade in your mouth.
I'm not sure if he was that charming about it, but yeah. I'm air quoting charming there. So Ash sends out Heracross in their one-on-one Pokemon battle.
Sweet battle.
Sweet battle.
One of the best ones that's been in the show so far.
Yeah, I don't know what JoJo's been doing, but like when they do their serious Pokemon battles, they're good.
Charizard versus Charizard, Caesar versus Heracross, Heracross versus Mecha Pinsir, Heracross versus Donphan.
And like they each take like multiple hits.
Yeah.
It's not one of those bullshit. Oh no, one hit.
It the battle tells a story. Like the Caesar is on top first, and then it turns out like no, Ash has a strategy to go
Shindo can't focus on both the computer and the actual battle.
Yeah.
So
he has to eventually leave the computer behind and focus on the battle. They did a good job using the battle to tell a story.
Character arc!
Which is what I've been looking for in this fucking show for so long. Why is it so rare for this, man?
I don't know.
I would expect every episode to be like this and for me to get tired after a while, but no, this is a fucking rarity.
So Shindo's like having his computer tell him the moves he should use.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, Shindo's strategy is terrible. Like, yes, use the computer. That's a fucking awesome computer. But only use it for like, so you have these Pokemon. Great. And then close it and then actually battle.
He's got to take like 45 seconds in between each turn to type on the computer, figure out what move he needs to use next. And
in real battle, he would die.
He would be done. He'd be fucking done.
Hey, while he's typing, use Hyper Beam. Wait, what? Oh, no! Dodge it? Like...
Still a bad strategy.
It is.
Still bad strategy. I don't want to give away the battle. Like, watch this episode and watch the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a really good battle. Eventually, Heracross wins because, of course it does.
Mm-hmm.
Shindo learns his lesson that, like, can't rely on computers, man.
And, yeah, then he says, yeah, no, I'm done with the computers.
Yeah.
So...
And it has a fucking character arc and everything. So, yeah, I gave it 3 Voltorbs.
Yeah, I gave it 2.5, but I'm going to raise that to a 3.
You're going to raise it to 3?
Yeah.
Because it has a fucking arc?
It has a fucking arc, and that's a good battle. You gotta reward the good battles.
You do have to reward the good battles. And it wasn't like that's the only thing this episode was about. So
no, like there was multiple stuff.
Yeah.
Shindo's a dick still, though.
He is a little bit of a dick.
Because, like, don't insult your master's Pokemon like that.
Yeah, man, that was so bad. But that's kind of like the room for growth that character had. Just nice. Nice.
I kind of wanted Masamune to come in and be like, chop Blade in half. Because he's like, I'm sorry, what were you saying about Blade and how he was better than I was?
Yeah, imagine if, like, the two Caesar had a Caesar fight. How awesome would that be?
Oh my god, steel on steel.
And the master Caesar just destroys the other Caesar.
And it's like, this is why you're a student.
That would have been really cool. Next episode. Episode number 143.
Good quill hunting.
And this is the point where, if I'm able to avoid copyright infringement, I'm going to put a clip from Good Will Hunting and say how appropriate it is that the Pokemon anime uses something like Good Will Hunting to refer to in episode 2. Because that's something 9-year-olds are going to be familiar with.
It's for the parents.
It's
the
for
parents
the
who watch this. Like.
So my first note here is, what is it with assholes and fire starter Pokemon in this?
What is it with assholes and not naming them? Like the Farfetch'd kid.
He did have a name, and this guy probably has a name on Bulbapedia too then.
Yeah.
Which doesn't count because it's not in the episode.
Yeah, no, they don't, like... First of all, this guy has stupid-ass hair. Like, it was really dumb. Like, lopsided, dark purple... Like, it was bad hair.
I love how you just hop on these terrible design choices for these characters. Like,
because you gotta!
Gotta call him out.
Yeah! Like, Jessie's hair, it's fucking gorgeous. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense, but she pulls it off because, like, that's cool looking hair. This guy, it's like, hey, barber, give me literally the worst haircut you can give me. I won't tip you.
And the barber's like, wait, the worst haircut? And he's like, no, the worst. No, you gotta listen. I'm not saying a bad haircut. the worst haircut.
I got your kids in my basement if that will give you motivation. And so then he did. And then said, great, I'm going to go be an asshole to some kid in the mountains and catch some Cyndaquil that are apparently all over the place, even though there's just the one that we see in this whole episode.
Being a dick to Ash, too. Like, you need to get away from here. I need to catch a Cyndaquil. And Ash is like, well, I want a Cyndaquil. He's like, too bad, bitch. I'm the only one who's allowed to catch a Cyndaquil.
And Brock is like, hey, kid, who are you to tell other people what they can or can't do? Like, good for you, Brock. Like, yeah.
Right?
Call this fucking asshole out on this shit.
So they go, Ash goes looking for Cyndaquil, and he goes looking for Cyndaquil, and then Team Rocket's like, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Building a giant-ass Meowth robot.
This episode also answers, like, how they've gotten all this money.
Yes, they take up side jobs.
They take up side jobs. Like, James is a coal miner, Jesse's a fry cook. Meowth is, like, what, street peddling?
Yeah, street peddling.
Like...
They just straight up take up side jobs.
They take up side jobs, they save their money, and then they buy the raw materials.
I think so too. I think you're right about that.
In order to make like these giant robots.
Because where else are you gonna find a fucking giant ass Meowth robot
with sunglasses and shoulder pads?
Yes.
I loved James in this episode.
Why?
Because like all his like poses before he does the moves like goddamn Power Rangers.
Yes, you know that.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for I-Beam.
Best line in this episode.
Yeah,
that's great. Ash does come across Cyndaquil, and he's chasing him through like this little cave.
By the way, he like left Brock and Misty behind.
Yeah, he did.
Like, they're not seen in the rest of the episode, basically.
Yeah, they're pretty much out of the episode until the very end. So they chase fucking Cyndaquil through this system of caves for like a good minute before he finally like catches him by literally catching him in his arms and falling out of the caves like on this cliffside.
Don't forget, like, he was trying to climb up the cliff, and then asshole McGee comes up and says, Sand Slash, use Sand Attack. So the Sand Slash comes up real quick, blinds Ash, and then he just
teleports up there, yeah.
Like, and props to him, like, if he's able to climb up faster, then he does have the right to try and go for the Cyndaquil. So then he chases it for a while, and Ash is able to catch up, but not before he's attacked by the giant Meowth impersonator.
Mecha Meowth?
The Mecha Meowth impersonator. Like, the
Meowthinator? So
the Meowthinator,
I'm training a Meowth as just a Meowth. I'm not evolving it. I'm going to name him Meowthinator.
Meowthinator. So this Meowthinator comes equipped with, like, these bubblegum paw cannon things. So it just shoots out, like, sticky webs of stuff.
Like bubblegum.
And then it's also able to shoot out, like, a tracking ball that, like, acts as, like, a Indiana Jones giant rolling stone.
And then explodes when it hits a cave wall or something. And then it's about to use, like, a rocket punch attack. And then Cyndaquil comes up and flamethrowers the shit out of the thing.
We're skipping more stuff. Because that's, like, that's at the end.
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
I'm just saying. He destroys the fucking Meowthinator.
And at first they're like, oh, hey, look, it didn't do anything. And then it starts exploding, and they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Did we skip anything important, honestly?
Let's see. They're in the caves. The asshole McGee gets trampled by the ball while Ash has...
That part was hilarious, by the way. That was the funniest.
And Sancho's kind of just looks at him like, oh, that's awkward.
Team Rocket gets blasted away, and then Ash is like... Or, asshole McGee is like... I want that Cyndaquil. It's mine.
Oh,
because
like,
I caught it, so fuck you.
Yeah, key point here. Right before the robot exploded, Ash threw the Pokeball at Cyndaquil to save it from the explosion.
So he straight up caught it.
Yeah, he caught it and then let it out.
For the first time, we see him actually catch a Pokemon in the fucking league.
Like, in Johto. So then, yeah, asshole McFuckface comes up and says, I want that Cyndaquil. Even though I said there's like 50 other Cyndaquil in this area, I want that one.
And Ash is like, fuck you, man. And he's like, well, I tell you what, this Balfour, if I beat you, I get Cyndaquil. And Ash is like, well, I've seen this thing use a big-ass fucking flamethrower, so yeah.
And Brock and Missy then do come at this point. They're like, oh, hey. And Brock's like, why should he battle you in order to give you the Cyndaquil? Like, well, I guess he's a chicken. And then Ash is Marty McFly, and that works on him. So then they battle. I think he should give him his Sand Slash if he was willing to make Ash give him the Cyndaquil if he lost.
Yeah. He was a piece of shit.
He's a piece of
This
shit.
guy was a piece of shit.
So they battle, and
Cyndaquil dodges every fucking attack like it's goddamn Goku.
so at first I had said this Cyndaquil is the starter with the least amount of personality out of all the starters we've seen so far of Ash's. But then during the battle, it's revealed that he's kind of just dopey. He's like aloof.
Yeah.
Like he kind of just dodges easily, and it's like, oh, yeah.
Still doesn't have much personality though.
no,
He's just kind of an archetype, a little guy.
he's an archetype.
That's all
yeah.
it is.
Like
It's a different one from what we've seen of his starters, but like we've seen plenty of dopey Pokemon in this show before.
has Ash had a dopey Pokemon yet though? Snorlax,
if
maybe?
you count Snorlax, and I kind of count Snorlax.
Yeah. So yeah, this Cyndaquil dodges all of Sandslash's attacks, which is bullshit.
And then takes him out with a single tackle.
Yeah.
A single tackle, and I
Well,
was like,
to be fair, it jumped up first and then tackled, so it had the momentum.
you're
gravity.
right. He's all right. Yeah. Just right on his head. Just couldn't take it.
So then
Like-
Ash gets a Sandslash too in this episode. This
He
is one of the
does.
first episodes he's caught two Pokemon. He hasn't caught two Pokemon since the fucking third episode.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
So then after that, it's revealed that Cyndaquil still knows Flamethrower. It was just
it was
dopey.
dopey, too tired to use it at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh yeah, because it did try at some point to use it and it couldn't.
yeah.
And now Ash has Cyndaquil, and that's
And he kind of just runs off, doesn't he? Or
Cyndaquil?
the asshole. But,
Yeah, he just kind of leaves. He's like, okay, this was not worth it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll go find my own things.
And then, yeah, Ash has to send to Quil.
Any other notes on this one? I did not take many notes on this one either.
Yeah, no, that was all my notes. I gave this 2 VOLTORBS.
I gave it 2.5.
It was originally 2.5 for me, but then I realized
Just
This-
not much going on
not
for it.
much going on for
No.
it. Like, the only thing of substance is Ash catches the Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil doesn't really have much personality outside of being sort of dopey, but
Cute and dopey.
cute and dopey. But that's like there was no like connection between him and Cyndaquil. Like with Chikorita, it was different because Chikorita had fucking vibrant personality, so like it made sense when at the end that they should be together.
Like,
or
Ash was
whatever.
kind of like helping it along with escaping from the Sandslash, and then he caught the Cyndaquil to protect it.
Yeah.
He didn't catch it because like it was like, haha, Cyndaquil. It was more like a, let me help you. It was the boring. This was not a good battle. Remember how
Yeah.
the last episode was good because like
Yeah.
they kept hitting each other and not dodging.
Yeah, this one was just Cyndaquil kept dodging. You're
Yeah.
right. You know what? 2 Voltorbs.
There we go.
2 Voltorbs.
Yeah.
Because just it's a flat storytelling, man.
I would give it at least 2.5 if Cyndaquil did more than just dodge.
Yeah, if Cyndaquil had just had a little bit more personality.
One of those two.
If Cyndaquil, the amount of Cyndaquil's personality that he had would have made all the difference with how good this episode was.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon of the day,
Pokemon of the day.
Nick.
Yeah.
Pick a number between 1 and 315.
19.
I love 19.
What's 19?
19 is Durant.
Oh.
You don't like Durant? I love Durant.
I have a Caesar.
What does that have to do with anything?
I have
He's
I
Durant.
have a Fortress.
Fortress and Durant have completely different play styles.
I have a Genesect.
Genesect and Durant have completely different play styles.
Okay, I have a Caesar.
Caesar and Durant have completely different play styles.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
They're
do.
both speedy, stealed Pokemon that are both bug. And, like, you just teach Durant stronger moves because it doesn't have Technician. That's the only difference.
It doesn't have priority moves, yeah.
Yeah, so you just teach it, like, strong moves, like Iron Head or Bug, or whatever bug strong move is.
X-Scissor?
Like Scissor, yeah, sure.
But it's... Dude, you're bumming me out here, man. I like Durant.
Okay, let me look for one. Durant.
Do you even have one? Do you have one that you trained?
No, not that I've trained. Yay, we're back to me picking Pokemon of the week. I love this. I have one.
You're making me so sad, Nick. I love Durant.
I have one.
What's his ability? Is it Swarm or Hustle or Truant?
Swarm.
Ah, so you gotta go with Hustle.
Well, okay, sure. And it's timid.
Wow, that's a terrible Durant.
It's got Crunch, Ironhead, Dig, and Entrainment. And I named it Pestilence.
I named my Durant Z.
Why?
After ants.
Huh. Oh, as in the movie.
Yeah.
Ants.
With his...
That's actually clever. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, I guess Guillotine. I would love to make a Guillotine set with Durant.
That's an illegal set for us. You can't do that.
I can make it for fucking, like, fun. Come on.
It's illegal.
You're such a killjoy today, Nick.
It's illegal. I'm saying.
So, my Durant... Fuck you, goddammit.
Also...
My Durant...
Okay, yeah, talk about your Durant.
My Durant, I made a Jolly Durant because it has a base 109 speed and a base 109 attack.
Yeah, that makes sense because, yeah.
Yeah. I usually like to give it wide lens, but they're fucking hard to find in goddamn 7th gen for some fucking reason. You can't just buy it at the, like, countertop.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. One own clause and you got your accuracy up enough that you're not going to miss.
What are your other moves?
With Hustle. His other moves...
Oh, Hustle. That's fine, okay.
Yeah. His other moves are Dig, which sometimes I exchange for Crunch, X-Scissor, and Ironhead.
So, sounds like you got a pretty,
he's
standard
fast.
Durant there.
Yeah, he's...
That's actually standard. You usually go for, like, I have a special attacking Durant, or a specially defensive one. So this is like...
His special defense is 48. You know how hard that would be to make a special defensive Durant?
You like to make contrarian Pokemon, Forrest. I'm sorry.
I do a little bit, yeah. I do a little bit.
That's like the most standard Pokemon I've heard of yours. Okay, but here's my beef with Durant. Here's why I don't give a fuck about it. It's an ant.
It's a metal ant.
Okay, it's an ant that put metal on its back, which is stupid, by the way, to protect itself from Heatmore, which is made of fucking fire.
I don't think it's protecting itself from
Read the
Heatmore.
Pokedex entries.
It's not protecting itself from Heatmore.
Read the Pokedex entries.
Okay. They attack in groups, covering themselves in steel armor to protect themselves from Heatmore.
Yeah. How well does that go for them?
Probably not well since it has a double weakness and
Yep.
a special defense of like 2.
Yeah, nah. Heatmore eats them up every goddamn day. Which is a shame because Heatmore is a shit fire type.
It's not a shit. It's not the best fire type, no.
Yeah, no.
And you're just raining on my parade.
5th gen.
How about 5th gen? What?
5th gen just had some like really meh Pokemon. Durant and Heatmore being 2 of them.
They also had some freaking awesome Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very bipolar generation.
It's almost as if it was a reboot of of Pokemon in a way.
Huh.
So they had 150 Pokemon that they needed to make, so some of them are going to be good and some of them are going to be bad, just like in every generation when there's like 150 that are introduced.
Okay, now, forgive me for sounding like a Gen 1er here. There are shit Pokemon in Gen 1, but like the degree of separation from how great or how terrible they were is wide as hell in 5th generation. Generation 1, you got like, that Pokemon's kind of shitty, and then that Pokemon's pretty good. Like, those are the extremes. In Generation 5, it's like, oh my god, this Pokemon's a piece of shit. Versus, wow, I really like that Pokemon.
You know what? Okay, I'll kind of agree with that.
Thank you.
But Durant happens to be one of the ones that I really like.
And Durant's not a piece of shit, but he's like, okay.
I get it. He's a little bit standard, but there's not a lot of steel bug Pokemon that have his stat placement.
Any other than Caesar?
Caesar relies on his bulk and priority moves.
But because of the
Durant,
priority moves, he does like the same things. Like he's fast and hard hitting. Durant is also fast and hard hitting. He just doesn't have the durability. He's just
and he doesn't
naturally
have
fast.
priority.
But he's naturally fast, which makes up for that.
Yeah.
Like they do the same thing. Is what I'm saying. They don't have the same stats. But
yeah, I mean it's not. What you're saying isn't invalid. I'm just saying they don't do the exact same thing. Because Caesar, I mean, it's pretty objectively kind of a better Pokemon because of all the priority it gets. Whereas Durant is just, I'm fast by nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever see people use a Truant Durant set with entrainment?
I've thought about it.
I've seen it.
I bet it's annoying as shit.
Especially when they use entrainment on you and you're like, ah, you fucker. Well, at least you're in Truant too. And then they switch out to fucking Doug Trio with Arena Trap.
Oh.
And then it has Protect.
That's happened to you?
Yes. It's fucking annoying as shit.
Oh my god. That's just being an illegal move set strategy right there. Just because that's like stall tactics 101.
Yep.
Like, God.
Haha, I'm gonna use protect every turn that you can attack.
By the way, I toxic to you too.
Yeah, like it's so fucking... I was like, are you kidding me? I am going to send out any other Pokemon and completely destroy you, you piece of asshole.
But then they just repeat the process.
And then they just repeat the process. I'm like, you fucking prick. You fucking prick.
So I guess you need to have a fire type on your team.
If you go up against that motherfucker. So yeah, that's an option for Durant.
If you're a shithead. If you're a guy who challenges a Pokemon trainer for a Pokemon that they just caught and then refuse to give up your own Pokemon when you lose and don't have a name.
I don't know. It doesn't get a lot of like recovery options, so it's even hard to do like a stally like.
So what you're telling me is Durant can pretty much only attack.
They can do like one thing. Yeah, they can sort of do utility with truant entrainment, but that's kind of it.
And that's such a bullshit strategy. I'm not even counting that. That doesn't count. There's no honor in that.
There isn't. I completely agree. There is no honor in that strategy. Well, Nick, you got anything else for Durant?
I rate it 2.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love Durant.
Well, maybe if you start rating Pokemon, you could argue, but you don't.
I don't.
So
because I refuse to.
2 is the official score.
Because every Pokemon from me would get 4 Voltorbs.
Shut up. What?
Except for like
Ash Ketchum, come on.
Except for like the 6 I hate.
Embor, Ariados, and what are the other 4?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to find out. This is the mystery.
Is Stantler one of them?
No,
okay.
Stantler's not one of them.
I
don't even think we've mentioned the others I hate yet.
I hate Stantler, but not because of like what it is, just because of the first time I ever encountered one, and it just stuck with me ever since then. I'm excited to talk about Stantler because of how much I don't like it.
Oh, you could do an Endure set with Endeavor. That'd be fun.
Great. So can like
Pokemon
a
with
fourth of all
moves.
the Pokemon.
Pokemon that also have priority moves, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's all I really have to say about
Durant.
The ant that's durable.
All right, Nick. So, what did you want to talk about for our final segment of the podcast?
So this literally just came up to me. Is there anything that they do in the anime that you wish was in the games?
As opposed to the vice versa.
As opposed to the vice versa.
Which there are a lot of things in the vice versa.
Yeah.
But things in anime that I wish were in the games.
There are a couple things I could think of.
Like what?
Action Crew go to a lot of festivals.
They do go to a lot. Festivals in the games?
Festivals in the games. Like they kept the month system, and like once a month in like different towns they had like a different thing going on.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Like,
I feel like they could have done that in 5th Gen, because they did in 5th Gen they did a lot of stuff like that.
Seasons and
yeah, that would have been so cool. Maybe they could do that for the next game.
And like you have special Pokemon battles, or they give you unique items that you can only get during that time.
Yeah.
Or you get to see like cutscenes that are really funny, or
and you get maybe you get to do a type of Pokemon contest, not like the Pokemon contest from 3rd generation, but like a type of Pokemon contest where I don't know, you just get to do a Pokemon
like you put
contest.
in like the biggest Heracross.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Nick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Shit, I don't know if I got anything as good as that. That's good. I'm trying to think of like other things that the anime does, because the anime doesn't do a whole lot of. They do like world building with the individual Pokemon themselves a lot of times, but as far as like the bigger picture world building, they don't really do a whole lot of that.
No.
It's one of the flaws that the anime has, actually.
What about tournaments?
Tournaments would be good. They did that in 5th. Again, they did that in 5th generation. I really wish they would bring that back though, because I loved those. Those were so cool.
They were.
5th generation was a good generation. Yeah, sure. Some of the Pokemon were terrible,
but it was a good generation.
A good generation.
Like that map was awesome.
That map was awesome. They had good ideas. This is gonna turn into a.
The starters were shit. Can't
me,
praise it too much without giving it crap.
Yeah, fucking Embor, man. There's been a couple things that when we've watched the anime, I've been like, man, that'd be cool if that was in the games. Can't think of any of them are no.
Battles that aren't battles, but rather races or other miscellaneous things.
So the Pokemon
Orange
Olympics
Island
stuff from
Yeah.
Generation 4's.
Yeah, but that was
Generation
only
2
in Heart Gold and
remake.
Soul Silver.
Yeah, that's true. That was also a good game.
That was. Because it was a remake of the best games.
Right? It seems like the games that are the best are games that have like the unique side events anyway. With Pokemon Festivals being the one thing that they could add that would really be awesome.
Pokemon Festivals would kick
That would kick
ass.
That would kick so much ass. Maybe like, and I kind of hesitate to say this a little bit because I think this is something that a lot of Pokemon fans like really want without really thinking it through a whole lot.
Yeah.
But maybe just like a little bit more open world capability from what the Pokemon games have had up to this
Yeah,
point.
I could see that.
You know? Not like a completely open map, but just like a little bit more open world and stuff instead of like going from point to point to point like in a almost a completely straight line.
Okay, but can you imagine like a Breath of the Wild but with Pokemon?
No.
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but no.
And you have to like use your Pokemon and like to get like different results for different things.
Yeah, maybe some like in Generation 1 especially, there's a lot of gyms that you could challenge in almost any order. Maybe in the next one, maybe like you could challenge a bunch of gyms in any order or whatever.
You can kind of do that in
and
4th gen.
And depending on when you battle each gym determines how strong they are with like how many badges you already have.
So like the Pokemon Origins thing.
Yes,
Or not Origins.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Origins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you haven't had the badge yet. I'll use these 2 Pokemon then. Boom.
Yeah. Oh man, you have like 5 badges. Well then, looks like I'm battling you with like 4 Pokemon who are really high leveled.
Oh, I'm your last. Okay, we're going all out.
6-on-6, motherfucker. You better get ready.
Traveling companions.
Maybe.
I don't know what they would do in the game.
I think 6th gen had the closest to that I find acceptable.
Yeah, like in certain routes they would follow you and heal your Pokemon.
Yeah.
4th gen did that, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
4th gen?
4th gen, because like you would have random people follow you like in
Oh, in caves and shit.
caves and shit.
Yeah. That was cool. That was a good way to level up too.
Yeah, because you could just grind and not have to worry about a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
I don't know if I want this. I just think it'd be like a cool mechanic. But like in that open world setup thing, if you have like to set up camp for like night or stuff, because like Pokemon in the world would be like a lot stronger, so you can't just venture off.
Maybe.
Or your Pokemon trainer gets tired.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's so much stuff like the Pokemon franchise could do that it's good for them to explore other options, and I like it what they do.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got, man.
So the big thing is the festivals.
Yeah. Maybe it's basically a little bit more world building, which they already do very well with, but they could go even more.
Yeah.
They could go even more.
Like we could find out. So, Konso, why did you ignore like all of these other Pokedexes for the longest time? And then Professor Oak's like, "Fuck off." I don't know.
We built walls.
We had to seclude ourselves during the Pokemon War.
All right, that's
so
all I got.
are we done?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's it.
Okay. So if you go out. Like, don't just stay on your computer and figure out the statistics of going out. Like, just do it. And don't be an asshole and challenge other people's right to do stuff. And if you go out, might as well go out as a superhero and save the day. If you go out and do stuff, make sure you know how to do it and not just go out all in without saving your energy first.
And
but then
look out for tornadoes.
And look out for tornadoes.
I feel like that's just good advice in general.
Yeah.
Look out for tornadoes. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye!